Hello and welcome to Scamashi Tech, where we review anything and everything in short and informative videos. In this episode we have a drone from DJI, the Air 2S, and in the Fly More combo bundle. Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this episode we take a look at the DJI Air 2S drone. The S stands for the newer model, and we have the Fly More combo, which includes additional 2 batteries, the bigger controller, propellers and an ND filter set. It currently retails here in Europe for 1,498 euros and is highly recommended if you don't need the sophisticated camera that the DJI Mavic 3 currently and the Mavic 3 Pro offers. This one can record up to 5.4 or 5.6K. Cropped down, it will result in a proper 4K picture. In this video we only do the unboxing. I might do at a later stage a video showing off how it flies, but there are plenty of videos. I want to give you a closer look what is actually in the box and what comes when you order the Fly More combo directly from the DJI store. This was delivered directly from the DJI store. It took from the order to delivery 4 days. So let's open it up. Let's have a quick look at the box outside, what we have here. On the top you see the DJI drone and what is in the packaging, at least the main components. You see the Fly More combo. You see it has air sense, it has a 1-inch CMOS sensor, which is actually not true, it's not full 1 inch, but a lot of camera suppliers and drone suppliers do lie about that a bit. It's not really 1 inch, but it is considered 1 inch. We have the box here. On the side is not much. It is kind of Apple style packaging, so very good packaging from DJI here. On the back side we actually see all the components we have in there. It includes the bag, it includes spare propellers, it includes the charging brick for multiple batteries, it includes the drone plus the single charger. 1 battery is in the drone and you get 2 spare batteries. You get 4 ND filters with various settings. You get the remote controller, and then you have just to say here the exact list. You have the aircraft, you have the remote controller, you have 3 batteries, the charging hub, battery to power bank adapter, you have a travel bag, you have the power adapter, you have the AC power cable, RC power cable, as a RC cable times 3 for and you have a USB cable, you have the ND filter set, you have 4 spare propellers, you have spare control sticks. These control sticks can be screwed in and screwed out, and you have manuals. And it's locked here on the bottom with some stickers which can be easily removed. And once that is removed, also there's the barcode for the Apple Store and the Android, where you can download the app. And a little thing about DJI Care Refresh. I bought it with the DJI Care plan because they also cover you if the drone crashes, I guess 1 time or 2 times a year or something like that. So now we can open the box. And what we see here is a big bag, and everything is basically in the bag. So we can remove the bag. Everything is in here, it's pretty heavy. And then we have accessories, and that's all what is in the box. Putting the box aside and putting the bag aside for now, let's see what we have here. We have here a quick start guide, which is mounted into this little things here. And it basically shows you quickly how to start it and how to set it up. Then we can open the accessories and can pull that out. And I have to say, the packaging, you really see when big brands do proper packaging like Apple, Microsoft. DJI is exactly the same. The packaging is absolutely on top. Again, we have here disclaimer and safety guidelines. We have accessories user guide, which shows you how to use the battery hub to charge the batteries. Then we have the spare propellers. They come single packaged. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a second set. And the propellers have markings on it, and according to markings is where you have to mount it. And there's also a letter on it like A, B, B, B. We have a couple more B's here, and we have a couple more A's here. So you mount them across like AA and B. When we look at the B and B, AA. That's how you actually mount them. And you have 2 full sets here on spare propellers. Then we have a USB to USB-C charging cable. We have then here a little box, and from previous drones I had from DJI, I'm pretty sure that's the ND filter set. Let's open it up. And there we go. It is the ND filter set. So there's ND filters included, 4 pieces with 4, 8, 16 and 32 filtering. You use that usually when you have sunny conditions or too much light or things like that. What else we have in here? We have a little, we have the replacement sticks. I will keep that in the plastic because I don't need that for now. And then we have the cables, which leads to various adapters. Like you have USB-C, which is connected to the controller, to micro USB in case you have a phone which still uses micro USB. And you have a cable with USB-C to USB-C. And there's another cable somewhere, which is probably hidden, which should include USB-C to Lightning, so you can also connect it to your iPhone. And that's all what is in the box. There's here nothing more in there. So let's now have a closer look at the bag itself, which contains the aircraft and the batteries and all the other things. I have to say the quality of the bag is really good. I had an older DJI drone before and the bag was a bit different. The quality from the bag definitely compared to the others has improved. You have a carrying handle. It's currently with this thing put together, hold together. It allows you to carry the bag and just use it as shoulder bag. And then you have various openings. You can open it here, which opens the main camera bag. And you have an opening here in front where you can put your propellers or things like that. On the back itself is nothing other than where you can actually lay it down. So let's see if there's anything here in the front. And from what I can see, there's nothing in there, it is empty. The drone is also, the bag is fairly tightly packed with all the batteries. So when we open it here, then it opens up like this, and then you will find everything which is included in here. That is the aircraft itself. When we take that out, the aircraft has 1 battery already installed. We take a look at the aircraft later in a bit more detail. There is a foam where the aircraft fits in. Here is a little compartment which is empty, perfectly to fit in your propellers and other things. In the front here we will find the controller. We can open that up and we'll also take later a look closer on the controller. One thing I have to point out is while my videos usually are fairly short and concise, this video definitely will be a bit longer because we take a closer look at everything, and it is quite a bit we have to look at here. There's a little dividing flap, so you can actually divide the controller. Then here is the charging hub for the batteries. We can open that up also and we'll take a look at it later. And we have a bag of accessories which we also take a look later. So let's have a look at the bag. You can now see pretty good inside. And as we can see here, we have the foam, we have the compartment divider where you can put your accessory box, or you can just throw in your filters and propellers, which also fit here. But here's the charging brick inside. And with this little flap is where the remote control fits. Here on top is also a little bag. Very good for your SD cards and many other things. And that's pretty much all about that bag. And we put the bag now aside to take a closer look at the accessories and the drone itself. Okay, so let's take a closer look. That is basically everything what is in the bag itself, and the propellers and other things I have shown you already. This is an accessory box, and here is the charging brick in there. So there is the charging brick here. It has, in my case, a UK connector. If you're in a different country, it might have a different connector for you. You plug this in directly here. And there is a plastic over it. Do not forget to remove that. I forgot that on my first DJI drone, and these things get pretty warm actually. So mine didn't melt, but it definitely, I would assume it could. So that's it. And this little connector here either would go directly into the battery, or if you have the Fly More combo like I have, you would plug that in here in this one. So it only plugs in one direction, so you cannot really screw it up, and it's this direction where it plugs in. And that's how you charge all 3 batteries at once, but you can also charge only 1 or 2. And we see here already that one pin here is bent. That would be a reason to either send it back, or I will manually try to actually correct that. But as I can see here, it's not correctable. So that might be something we have to send back. But we will see that later. This is in there. What else is in there? We have batteries in there. So what we can find here, that's all what is in the box. The box is empty. A little divider. What we can find here is the adapter for the power bank. So you basically can connect the adapter here, the charging adapter, and you can then here connect to USB and like charge the controller, charge a power bank, or use it for something else. So that's what you actually can do. And it says here Mavic Air phone bank adapter. So you technically could charge your phone with this. Then we have 2 spare batteries here. And they are looking obviously the same as the one which is in the aircraft here. If you want to charge your batteries, what you do is you take the batteries, as you can see here, there are pins, and you just connect them to the pins here. And you do the same with the second battery. And you would do the same with the third battery. I won't do that because this pin is bent. I need to first clear up with DJI. They obviously will replace that. But that is all what is in the accessories box. So basically it is your charging brick, it is the spare batteries, and it is the phone adapter, so you can actually charge phones, battery bank, whatever you want to charge. One thing I wanted to show you before we go into the controller and the drone is when you connect it to the power, the charger, you see here the light, it's green and it's flashing, that means it is charging. And then you see on the battery which is currently charging the lights here. And when these lights go fully solid, then the batteries are fully charged. As always with DJI chargers, if you connect 3 batteries, it starts with the first one, charges this one, then charges the second one, and then charges the third one. It is beyond me why DJI cannot manage to actually charge all 3 batteries at once, like so many chargers do, charging batteries simultaneously. DJI never did that. It is always the case that it first charges the first battery. As I said, I have not plugged in because of this issue here. Then it charges the second one and then the third one. So this will continue to blink, and when it's full, it will automatically swap over to the next battery and will charge the next battery until all are full. I just wanted to point it out in case you never had a DJI drone, to be aware of it. You cannot charge all 3 batteries at once. You can only charge one battery after another, but you can connect all 3, of course. So now let's have a closer look at the controller itself. As we can see here, the controller is a fairly sturdy and big thing. In my opinion, it's actually a bit too big. And there are certain buttons you can use. You have the USB charging port here, so you can charge it with USB-C, like I have here a USB-C cable. and if I plug that in, it should charge the controller. And as we can see here, it charges the controller, and we see the controller is not fully full. So, and it will charge it up until it's full. I will disconnect it now so that the blinking lights will not annoy your viewing experience. Again, on the bottom, what we have here are the 2 sticks. You can just pull them out like this and like this. You need a bit nails, but you can easily pull them out. And this is actually a very good thing because you not lose them, and you can always disconnect them and unscrew them, which actually saves you in the bag a lot of space. And you screw them in, don't over tighten it. They are fully metal, so this is metal, it has a rubber outside, but the sticks itself are metal. And as usual, DJI quality, the controller, it feels really, really good. It has like some spikes on top of it. If you press it really hard, it hurts actually, but it is good because you get a good grip and you really can feel where you go. So then we have several buttons here on this side. We have an FN button, which is basically the function button. We have a pause button or the coming home button. Then we have the power on button where you actually turn it on. You have here a camera button where you can switch camera modes. And then you have here the modes to fly. You have either normal, you have sport, or you have cine. Cine is cinematic, so with cinematic the drone basically moves slower and tries to not get the propellers in the shot, and if you not manually move the camera. And it also will try to move smoother, so you have smooth pannings and things like that. Normal is the mode you actually should start, and when you install the software from DJI, it always has a beginner mode if you never had a drone. And sport is where you basically unlock all the speed and all the features, and it can actually go really fast. Then on top of here we have more buttons. We have here the wheel where you can adjust the gimbal. Then we have here the button where you start and stop recording. And then here we have the connectors for your USB, and we can actually pull that out so you can mount your phone, and depending on how big your phone is, you can extend it. The phone will be mounted sideways. So I have here a pretty big phone. It's a Note, Galaxy Note. And as I can see, with the case, I still can mount the phone without problem. Then you have here on the back side, as I said, the connectors, where you can connect the phone, the cable to the phone, and to use the software. But as you see, I have here a very, very big phone. It's a Galaxy Note. It's one of the biggest phones probably out there. And it does fit without any problems with the case into the controller. So while the controller is charging, I can show you more about the drone, the aircraft itself. We have here protectors where you put the propellers on at the later stage. As you have seen before, you have 2 full sets of propellers, so basically 1 set of propellers that goes onto it, and another set of propellers which is a spare. Then you have the aircraft itself. Here, this is the battery. You need to remove that in order to be able to actually swap out the battery, as I swap it in and out. And then you have the aircraft itself. On the side we have Air 2S. On the other side we have ADBS and some other things. We have the obstacle sensors here. We have the obstacle sensors here on the back. There are sensors on the bottom. There's also infrared on the bottom as far as I know. And here as well. And then we have, please put the notch to remove the gimbal protector. So there's a gimbal protector. We have to remove this. And on the back side, you again have for the propellers the little protectors. And this is the gimbal protector. So we basically remove that, and then we can see the gimbal here. And the gimbal again here has some little plastic nibs on it, which we need to remove in order to have the gimbal fully working. So this cover you should keep. It's a plastic cover. It is there to protect your gimbal when you put the drone into your bag. Now we have a look at the front of the drone. Nothing special. We have here 2 sensors again, and then we have the gimbal here with the DJI camera, 1-inch sensor, 20 megapixels. The gimbal will auto-calibrate once you start the first time the drone and the software. We also have lights here in the front, and when we turn it around, we have lights here as well. And again, we have sensors here. So the Mavic Air 2S is quite full of sensors. It does not have the full 360 like the Mavic 3 now, but it basically has in 4 directions obstacle avoidance and has a 5.4 or 5.6K capable camera. Now, when we have the aircraft like this, we can open the legs and we can open the bottom legs like this. And then we have the aircraft here in its full glory. It has a bit higher steps on the front to protect the gimbal. So when you see here that the gimbal, in case the camera would show down, when it lands, it would still have a space underneath here. So I can still put my little finger here underneath here. That works without problem. The camera will not touch. If you land it in grass, it might. Then the battery is very easy to remove. You just click these 2 buttons and you can remove the battery, and you can then here swap out the battery. Mine are still currently charging, so I leave this one inside here for completion. Then when we go on the side, we have here a little knob with a little cover. And when we remove that, we see here USB-C. So you can connect directly USB-C to the drone. It is possible, but you will be only able to charge one of these batteries. What else we have? We have here a little venting, and here venting again. And when we here look at this side, then we see here we have the SD card. So there's a micro SD which you can put in. It supports, as far as I know, up to 256 gigabytes. But I have heard that people use bigger ones and it should not be a problem. After all, it records in 5.6K, which is makes quite big files. And that's basically all about the drone. So before we end this video, I quickly wanted to show you how to assemble the propellers, which is fairly easy. You need 2 pairs of A and 2 pairs, you need a pair of A and a pair of B. You need 2 A propellers and 2 B propellers. They are always going opposite and they don't fit to each other. So when we look at this schematic here, B fits on this one and on this one. You would not be able to fit B here or here. It's not possible. It doesn't. It has a different mechanism to screw it on. So B will only fit in the selected spot for B, like it should fit here. When we removed that here and we open the propeller, then these ones do fit here. So to fit them, you just press them down and turn them and they will then hold, and the same result when you remove them. And you can of course fold the propeller. So if we now take another B propeller like this one, and there we go. That's how you fit the propellers. And it's the same with the other two, with the A propellers. You just fit them here and here, and then your drone is basically ready to fly once you have installed the software. One thing to point out is how you distinguish which propellers fits where. Don't judge on the markings outside, these are only for visibility, but you have on the inside, you see here you have an orange marking and the A propellers have an orange marking. The B propellers, when you look here, there's no orange marking, and also the propellers do not have a marking. So with that, you always know where to install the propellers on which side, and it's super easy to install that, except if you would be colorblind, but even then I would assume you'd be able to figure it out. And this is how the drone actually is in full state. Let's take a quick look around it. We have the gimbal here. We have the bottom side of the drone with all the sensors and the array, and the back side of the drone. Okay, that's pretty much it for the unboxing of the DJI drone. I'm not sure if I will do a video showing off the installation of the app and things like that, and possibly flying it. There are many videos out there about that. I just wanted to give you a very close look in detail what is in the box and what is included in the DJI Fly More combo. Specifically, when you order it, I would definitely recommend to order the Fly More combo and not the drone alone, because it gives you so much more value. And currently the price of the Fly More combo is 1,498 euros. Currently the price of this drone here in Europe is 1,498 with the Fly More combo. I would definitely recommend the Fly More combo. The value you get more into that as opposed to single purchase, you probably save around 200 to 250 euros. And you definitely need the 3 batteries, and the ND filters is a good thing as well. And the carry bag is of course perfect because it is made for the drone. I personally have gone for the Fly More combo because of all the accessories included. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the in-depth look into the unboxing of a DJI Mavic Air 2S. And I see you in my next one. Thank you for watching.